Hello and welcome to my channel Planet Bio, in which we discuss topics of plus 2 bio and NEET. Today I am going to discuss a new chapter, structural organization in animals. In this chapter you can find different types of animal tissues, their location, origin, structure, function and modifications. Along with this animal tissues, you can find animal morphology, in which we have to study external and internal morphology of frog only. We need not to study cockroach and earthworm. Now, we start with animal tissues. What do you mean by tissues first? Tissues means group of cells. Group of cells with intercellular substance which performs a specific function. Group of cells performing a specific function, and that function should be a proper function, normal function, physiological function like secretion, absorption, so on and so forth. If a group of cells performs abnormally and you see such type of mass of cells abnormally growing and dividing, this is called tumor. And a tumor may be benign tumor, localized, and malignant tumor, painful, fast spreading, and the spread of cancer cells from one part of the body to another is called metastasis. So, group of abnormally dividing and growing cells is tumor. Group of normal cells, in which you can see surface upon volume ratio is properly maintained. Nucleus upon cytoplasmic ratio is properly maintained. So tissue is a group of cells with intercellular substance, that is a matrix, performing a normal function, specific function, definite function. Now, this tissue first appeared in class or phylum, Nidarian. Phylum Nidarian. So we can write, this is the definition, a group of cells performing a specific function, and it first appeared in phylum Nidaria or Coelenterata. For example, Hydra, Obelia, Physalia. Before Coelenterata or Nidaria, cell grade organization was seen in phylum Porifera. And in protozoans you can see protoplasmic grade of organization. So tissues first appeared in Nidaria. Okay. The study of tissues is called histology. Histology. This term histology was first successfully given by Mayer. Mayer coined the term histology. And the term tissues was coined by, means first given by, successfully given by grew for plant tissues, and beached for animal tissues. Grew for plant tissues and beached for animal tissues. These are the preliminary considerations you must have. And before we discuss location, structure, and function, we should know all these things. Next. Now, dear students, we must know origin, structure, and function of different types of animal tissues. Origin means what? Origin, structure, and function. Three things play important role in developing right concepts of biology and taking MCQs, multiple choice questions, as challenges. Origin, structure, function of anything you should study properly. I am talking about animal tissues, right? Animal tissues are basically grouped into four categories. First one, epithelial. Second one, connective. Third one, muscular. Fourth one, nervous or neural. What do you mean by first one, epithelial tissues? Actually, epithelial tissues may be called epithelium or epithelia or epithelia. Epithelial tissues, so far as origin is concerned, it originates or develops from ectoderm of the developing embryo. Suppose this is developing embryo. During the course of development of embryo, three germ layers are formed. The outer one is ectoderm, the middle one is mesoderm, and the third one or inner one is called endoderm. From all these germinal layers or cellular layers of developing embryo, epithelial tissues develop. So, epithelium is ectodermal in origin, mesodermal in origin, and endodermal in origin. Means it develops or originates from all the three germ layers of a developing embryo. So we can write originates from or develops from all the three germ or cellular layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. Now, so far as ectodermal origin is concerned, example क्या होगा? We can write skin epithelium, skin epidermis. Now, so far as mesodermal origin is concerned of epithelia, example is gut epithelium. सही बोला? नहीं. Coelomic epithelium. चेक करना है आपको. Then endodermal in origin, example gut epithelium. As we have already discussed in the previous episodes of Animal Kingdom, the coelom is the embryonic cavity which must be lined with mesoderm after splitting. only mesoderm should not be present. Mesoderm should split to line. कौन सा? ये देखिए, this is the body wall, this is the gut, and on both the sides this is the coelom. Between body wall and gut the space is called coelom, but it must be lined on both the sides by splitting of mesoderm. Mesoderm should be present, okay, but mesoderm should be present after splitting. It should line both the surfaces. यहाँ भी लाइन किया, इधर भी लाइन किया. So epithelial tissues originate from all the three germ layers. Ectodermal in origin, example skin epidermis. Mesodermal in origin, example coelomic epithelium. And endodermal in origin, example gut epithelium. Term epithelium coined by Ruiz. Coined by means first given by Ruiz. ये जानकारी की बात है. This is for your knowledge and information. It may be asked, it may not be asked. Now people have become selective. ये क्वेश्चन आएगा नहीं आएगा. First develop concept, then you go for solving questions. क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं बनता, कॉन्सेप्ट से क्वेश्चन बनता है. Term epithelium was coined by Ruiz. Okay. And it can be defined as, this is for board exam, it can be defined as a group of cells. What type of cells? Closely placed cells. Closely placed cells with least or almost no amount of intercellular substance or matrix. Cells are so close that the space is very, you can say, negligible. So least or almost no amount of matrix or intercellular substance you can find there. Closely placed, and it may be placed in one layer or many layers, but closely placed. And as closely placed, so intercellular space is very, you can say, very, very negligible you can find. So least or almost no amount of matrix, least or almost no space, least or almost no amount of matrix. So this epithelium is meant for lining the duct surfaces, internal as well as external. Suppose you talk about location, it is found on the upper surface of the body, upper surface, in which it faces outer environmental surfaces, but it also lines or covers the lumen of duct. Facing fluid in this area. So it lines the external as well as internal surface of the body. As it lines the external surface of the body, it faces outside towards the environment. But as it is found inside the duct of gland or internal organs or visceral organs, it faces towards the fluid flowing here. So found on the upper surface or outer surface of the body and internal surface of the body organs or ducts or glands. Okay. So this is all about location. Sometimes it is present for secretion, absorption, etc. And sometimes it is not related to secretion and absorption, and it is all the time related to avoiding stress, chemical stress, osmotic stress, thermal stress, like this. So if it is found in one layer, it may be called simple epithelium or unilamellar. And if it is found in more than one layer and not related to secretion and absorption, it may be called compound epithelium or multilaminar epithelium. Now I am going to discuss types of epithelia. Plural of epithelium is epithelia. Two major types are there. One is generally termed as simple or unilamellar. Another one you can find it as compound or multilamellar. Now, as the name suggests, or laminar, multilaminar, as the name suggests, this epithelium is present in the form of single layer, closely placed cells with least or almost no intercellular space. So with least or almost no intercellular substance or matrix. But these cells may be arranged on a particular membranous structure. That's what we call basement membrane, and it provides nourishment and protection as well. Here in compound or multilamellar epithelia, you can find epithelial cells arranged in more than one layers, and this is meant for protection from different kinds of stresses, chemical, osmotic, thermal. Now in simple epithelia, you can find several other types. First we mention squamous, another one cuboidal, then columnar, then ciliated. The cuboidal or columnar epithelium, if they have cilia, they become ciliated. So four common types of epithelia you can study. Many years back we used to mention pseudostratified epithelia. That means epithelial cells are arranged in one layer, but they appear to be present in more than one layer, as the cells are smaller, shorter and longer. So they appear to be in two different layers, but they are actually arranged in one layer. Pseudostratified epithelium may have cilia or may not have cilia found in respiratory or reproductive parts. Dear students, two things are of great importance. First, the structure and location. The questions are asked in NEET exams. Squamous, first kind of squamous epithelia is squamous epithelia. First type of simple epithelia is squamous epithelia, and you see flat cells are there. Flat cells, hexagonal cells are there, touching the boundaries, no space, no intercellular space, no intercellular substance, and the nuclei are prominent, arranged on basement membrane. So you can see the squamous epithelium, flat cells, hexagonal cells arranged in one layer and on basement membrane. These are being nourished through diffusion. The epithelial cells are nourished through diffusion. Blood is not getting entry, but nourishing substances are being provided by the underlying tissues. So, epithelial tissues are supposed to be avascular or non-vascular, but the nourishing materials, molecules reach through diffusion from underlying tissues. So, flat cells are there, and you can see found in the wall of blood vessels and alveoli of lungs. Lungs are the respiratory organs and the units are alveoli. Okay, so this is the first type. Second, you can see cuboidal. Cube shaped cells are there. Cube, like this, cube. You have studied in maths. Cube shape. This is cube. Volume is equal to L into B into H. If all same, then L cube. So, cube shaped cells will be there, and with microvilli on the surface. Microvilli. Microvilli are finger-like projections to increase the surface area to enhance the rate of absorption here. Cuboidal. So found in ducts of glands, and as you can see, PCT of kidney, proximal convoluted tubule of uriniferous tubule or nephrons of kidney. Kidney is the osmoregulatory and excretory organ, and the units are nephrons or uriniferous tubules, and in that you can find proximal convoluted tubule provided with microvilli, huge number of microvilli and huge number of mitochondria. So this area exhibits absorption. Okay, so brush bordered absorptive epithelium, cuboidal epithelium. Now next one is little different, and that is called columnar epithelium. Tall cells would be there with certain microvilli and the function secretion and absorption. Now the third kind of simple epithelia is columnar epithelia, and you can see tall cells are there. Tall cells are there on the basement membrane, and the nuclei you can find towards the bases, right? And here in this area, the upper area, the exposed area, the free surface area, you can find microvilli. So the function is secretion and absorption. An example you can write. First you mention here tall cells with nuclei present towards their bases or in the lower halves. Solving multiple choice question is a technique. Okay, that is done or needs to be done for NEET exam, but writing ability is very, very important. This is for board exam. First board exam, then NEET exam. First concept, then problems. First writing, then ticking out the answers. First concept, then ticking out the answers. So you have to write. You are confident? Okay, very good. Planning is vital to success, but implementing your plans towards success is also important. Tall cells with nuclei present towards their bases or in the lower halves. Okay, columnar. An example, wall of stomach you can write. Gallbladder. Very good. Function, secretion and absorption. No problem. But as the cuboidal cells or the columnar cells, so you can see these cells, tall cells or cube-like cells have cilia. At their free ends, they become ciliated. For movement of dust particles, for movement of ova in the body. So cilia, what are cilia? Cilia are numerous, minute. Numerous matlab many. Minute, small, hair-like structures for movement of